It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am Johnny Radio. I'm as hoarse as they all get out. I sound like Mr. Ed, I feel like. A lot of college baseball yesterday. Congratulations to Ole Miss. We had this little bitty draft. I started screaming at the television about 2 o'clock and then screamed at the draft all night long. Woke up this morning and was like, oh my goodness. How do you do radio when you don't have a voice? Well, we're going to figure it out over the next 2 hours. Hit me up at the AutoZone text and listener line, 901-360-8255. Get in the zone, AutoZone. We can talk everything from the draft. We can talk about Jalen Duren teaming up with Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham in Detroit.
And Sadiq Bey.
And it looks pretty dope to me. Looks pretty dizzo. By the way, Lester Quiones did not get drafted. However, did sign a two-way contract with the Warriors. Mike Miller was the biggest winner last night. Did you know Mike Miller was Paolo Banchero's agent?
I did.
You did?
Mm.
Like, that's just common knowledge?
I don't know.
I mean, I knew it.
Connor knew it, too.
If Connor knew it, then it must be common knowledge.
Wait, so he's a bigger winner than Paolo for getting drafted?
Okay, let me just say something. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's a good answer.
He's gone from on Penny's staff, and listen, remember, he's got Let It Fly going out there with the drink. He was the coach at Houston High School. And then this year, you know what happens? He has the number one draft pick in the NBA, and there were a lot of people who thought it was going to be Chet. I've always thought it was going to be Jabari Smith, but it was Paolo Banchero. Dude's got an NBA body. He's built like a brick house. He's ready to rock and roll. Hey, man, Josh Minot drafted. Like, I don't know. 4 players now in the last 3 drafts from Penny's staff. I mean, Precious, Wiseman, of course, Jalen Duren, and now Josh Minot. The one question, though, is they have just only making one tournament. So we'll talk about what the Tigers got going on. Plus, we got to talk some baseball. I don't know if you know this, but Aaron Judge just keeps on doing it. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous what Aaron Judge is doing right now. If you're the arbitrator, you have no choice but to side with Aaron Judge because the Yankees only want to pay him $17. And Aaron Judge was just seeking $21. If you're Brian Cashman, why are you not locking this man up? Like, I really don't understand it. Who's playing better pro baseball right now than Aaron Judge? My man makes amazing plays. My man hits the ball at amazing times. He drives the ball in whenever you need it. And last night, I mean, just Yankees, Astros. It was everything you thought it was going to be and more. Judge just continues to be that baller and shot caller. But I think the best performance from yesterday, and I don't even think it was close, I think it was Ole Miss. Did you see that pitching performance?
I did not.
Oh, my goodness. It might be the best pitching performance that I've watched in college baseball since David Price. It was nasty. You know how many runs Arkansas scored?
How many?
A big fat 0. Complete game shutout. 4-hitter. DeLuca don't play no games. I don't think he'll be ready until Game 3, which would have to be necessary, as Ole Miss and Arkansas are playing for all the marbles. Tomorrow, broadcast starts at 5:30. You can catch all the action on Sports 56, 98.5 FM. Plus Sunday, Ole Miss, Oklahoma at 1:30. And again, hopefully it will be necessary. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, 5:30. Who do you think the favorite is?
I don't know who.
You don't know, really?
The Rebs?
No.
No,
Oklahoma. Oklahoma's pitching staff is extremely rested. Their starting staff's done everything that you could ask for them. Their bullpen's been great. They had an extra day off. They played one game fewer. Oklahoma has been rolling, but you can't put this Ole Miss team out. The fact that they were the last team picked to be in the tournament, number 64, and the fact that they're right here on the doorstep. They got a 3-game series with Oklahoma to win this bad boy. You know who won it last year, don't you?
Mississippi State.
Isn't that kind of wild? And do you know that
Next year Southern Miss is going to win?
Oh, no,
if Ole Miss wins. If Ole Miss wins first.
But the thing is do you know that Mississippi State, a lot of people have been saying that the reason that makeup game that they played on Tuesday is what put them over the edge. So Mississippi State technically helped Ole Miss get here, and now Ole Miss is using their best chance. Mike Bianco's team is playing out of its mind. Timely hitting, great defense. And again, the pitching yesterday, I honestly thought it was the best pitching performance I've seen. Like I said, again, since the last time I watched, Vanderbilt when they had David Price pitching. Wild stuff. But we got a really busy show. We have Jay Ham, who's going to join us today. We're going to talk a little bit about the draft. Jay, really good guy. He's part of he's an analyst. He's a historian for Sports Culture and Entertainment Network. That is SCEN. It's on the YouTube. And he also does 94 Feet of Life, which is about basketball. Views from the 22, which is about football. He does The Dish, which is about baseball. He should call it The Box. Come on, let's be real. The Dish, it's The Box. It's The Box, baby.
The dish is the plate, right?
Yes, it is. But, dude, are you standing on the plate unless you're scoring? No, you're in
not.
The box.
That's right.
So, I mean, you're either toeing the rubber or you're on the box or in that box. And he also does something that I thought was hilarious. He does, and again, I love you, Jay, but he does Stoppage Time FC, which is a soccer thing. Like, are we really, in like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or ever in my lifetime, am I going to have to come on here and talk about soccer?
Well, you don't have to talk about anything, John.
That's a very good point.
Yeah,
Jay.
it's up to you. We are controlling of our own destiny.
Yes, we are. But I mean, soccer. Come on. Do you love the beautiful game they call it? What do they call it? The beautiful game.
A beautiful game. I do like soccer. I like a little footy.
I mean, you did see what happened in Brazil when they killed what do you call him? An umpire?
A referee.
A referee. Remember when he pulled the 2 yellow cards?
Oh, and they did something to him. I forgot.
The fans and the players went there and basically ripped him from limb to limb. I don't know if you know this.
So there's still like arms and legs and feet on the field?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm hoping the pitch is a little bit messed up. That's what they call
That's
it. Right?
You nailed it. That's a soccer term. Their jerseys are called kits.
Kits?
Kits, because it's a kit. It includes the jersey, shorts, and socks and shoes. Oh, it's a whole kit.
Did you say jorts?
Shorts.
Oh, shorts.
I wish they wore jorts.
That'd be hilarious. By the way, you think jorts are coming back?
They're already back, John. They're all the way back.
I was going to say, because the other day I've been watching a lot of people lately wearing jorts where you just cut your jeans off, you make them some shorts. Is it the economy? Is it the fact that inflation's gone bad? The country's trash right now. Like, nobody can pay for anything. So now we're just cutting off our jeans?
I think maybe so.
Well, if you need new jeans, I know where you can go get them, Jay. Do you know where?
Where?
Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road. They're down in Olive Branch. They got the largest boot showroom, but they got more jeans than you can shake a stick at. You want some jorts? Well, go get them, cut them up. They got you covered. Or they might just sell jorts. Or these nice little, what would you call these pants that I'm wearing today?
Shorts.
Navy blue shorts.
They look good, John.
Is that what you call them?
Oh, yeah.
But what material is this?
I always called it khaki material, but khaki is like khaki colored, so I don't know what you would call it, but I think people would know what you mean if you say like khaki material.
Well, I got these at Frontier Western Store, and I just want to tell you something. They look amazing. I think it's navy blue, right?
Oh, that's navy blue.
Yeah, it's for Ole Miss, buddy. It's for Ole Miss.
Hotty toddy.
Hotty toddy. Can't wait for it. But Frontier Western Store, they can take care of all your needs. They have a ladies' boutique. They have a children's department. They have all the jeans you need. And, again, you can make the jorts because I know everybody's broke. They're open 9 to 7, Monday through Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sunday. And you can shop 24/7, 365 at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967. Jay, got a weird question for you.
John, I'm ready.
Can you hear me?
John, are you there? John?
What
John?
what do I sound like today? Is it as bad as I think?
No, John. I don't think so. You sound like Mr. Ed. I don't know if you do sound like Mr. Ed, though. Because Mr. Wilbur, his voice was so deep, it wasn't very raspy.
I feel like I sound like my good friend Danny Bruns over at 98.1 The Max with Country Corey. She's got a deeper voice than I have my whole life. Feel like I'm channeling my inner Danny Bruns. I think it's working out. I'm thinking it's working out. But we're gonna break down all of this. But I do want y'all to join and let me know what you think about the draft. I got grades for the draft last night.
Oh, you got grades?
Yes.
Like A, B, C, D, F?
I don't know if you know this, but I also use pluses and minuses.
Oh, wow. So you have even higher degrees of grades.
Yes, like I went full teacher on this whole situation. I'm like, you know what, man? If we're gonna do this, we're gonna have to do it right. So I did a little bit of draft grading. Now, this is gonna be the fun thing about this segment. I will be very forward and honest. I wouldn't say I'm the up here. Would you call me the basketball aficionado?
John, I don't really want to answer that question.
It's okay. You can be honest.
John, you know a hell of a lot about football and a hell of a lot about baseball and a hell of a lot about weird topics that I never in a million years would expect you to know about. However, basketball maybe isn't your strongest area of expertise.
I will have to say unequivocally I agree with you. Like I do know John Morant's good at basketball.
He's a good player.
Hey, Michael Jordan's the greatest of all
MJ.
time. Most overrated player in the history of the world. Do you know who that is?
Anthony Davis.
Yes, and I cannot believe you got that right.
Well, that's what you say all the time. I know you, John.
Dude, he is the worst player in the top 75 in the history. In fact, do you know this? I'm gonna not very hot of a take. Dwight Howard, for being a horrible father, a bad husband, having a stupid fish tank in his house that he didn't pay for, is still a better basketball player than Anthony Davis ever was. And he couldn't even dunk the ball when he wore a Superman cape, but they gave him the dunk contest when, again, it was more of a lay-in than it was a dunk.
A throw in. He threw
He
it.
threw it in, but let me tell you something, that ain't a dunk.
It's impressive, though. He was above the rim to throw it in. That's impressive.
I don't know if you know this, but they got those breakaway rims. I have one at the house. It's like 5 feet tall. I dive all the time and dunk on that. I get above the rim.
Yeah, but not a 10-foot high goal. He also famously dunked at 12 feet, didn't he? He had one dunk at 12 feet high.
Who, Anthony Davis?
No, Dwight Howard. In the dunk
Dwight
contest.
Howard? Yeah, because he's awesome. But
Superman.
Anthony Davis, most overrated player. But by the way, the Lakers. We also have news today. I got the grades. Kyrie has lost his mind. Did you hear about the stuff that Kyrie wants to do today?
What's he want to do today, John?
So you know where he wants to go play basketball now if they don't pick up, because he does not want to opt in for, what was it, $35 million? Not good enough for Kyrie. He wants to go play for guess who?
It's being reported that the sweetest deal right now is with the Lakers.
Lakers, Clippers, Knicks, Heat, Mavericks, 76ers, and this is how either delusional Kyrie is, or he walks around with the biggest brass ones in the history of the world, because he had the audacity to miss over 50% of the games that he's been in Brooklyn since he was there, and then says to them, well, hey, if we're going to do this, here's my wish list of teams that I would like to go to. You have got, like, Kyrie, are you delusional? But then I start to think to myself, Kevin Durant, are you also just an idiot? Did you see the Warriors win that thing last year that just happened? Oh, and you left Clay. You left Trey. You left Steph. You left all these people to join up in Brooklyn with Kyrie, a fat James Harden, Ben Simmons, sorry, can't even get off the bench. Well, he's got nice chains and everything. Why did you go to Brooklyn? Why did you go to Brooklyn to join up with Kyrie, and then you have a stupid thing like this?
It looks like KD also is unhappy that they're not willing to give Kyrie what he wants to. KD said the report is like he's quote-unquote monitoring the situation. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie goes somewhere, maybe KD, not necessarily goes with him, but it also sours the relationship with Kevin Durant as well.
I think it will sour, but I will say KD might be the nicest person who's kind of an a-hole. on planet Earth. And I know that sounds weird.
He gave
because-
away shoes yesterday, didn't he?
No, I thought that was Travis Scott.
Oh, Travis Scott probably did. Maybe a lot of people were giving away
Travis
shoes
Scott
yesterday.
was giving away a bunch of shoes yesterday. In fact, the cheapest pair of shoes Travis Scott gave away were $1,500 Jordans. Cheapest pair. We'll talk about that in Hardwood. But here's what KD said. He says on Kyrie's contract situation, he's like, there's no involvement at all with me. He's like, I can't be involved with this. This is this man's livelihood. This is much bigger than me. Being a free agent is one of the most important times in your career. He's like, you can't be swayed by anyone else. Nothing can happen right now. I don't think he can make a decision on opting out until the 29th, which is next Wednesday. So I'll just let things play out and see what happens. Do you know what I would be doing if I was KD, honest to God? I would be over at Kyrie's house. Have you ever, put a couple cue balls on a sock and then, made that sucker a weapon?
That's what you would, if you were Kevin Durant. This is what you would
Dude,
be
I
doing.
would just be beating this man going, what are you doing? You haven't played 50% of the games, man.
Well, KD didn't play like half the games last year either.
Oh, he was actually injured.
That's right. That's the big difference.
There's a big difference. I mean, he didn't just wake up one day and go, oh, my gosh. I was watching the news, and it's just too much for me to go play basketball because I'm so sensitive because I'm Kyrie. I don't know if you know this, but I'm struggling with this flat earth thing because I don't want to fall off the earth. Do you believe in flat earth?
I believe a little more now that Kyrie Irving has given credence to it. However, the biggest thing for me is that it seems like all of these teams, regardless of Kyrie's behavior, are going to be willing to pay him the money for his level of play, which is very surprising. I mean, I can't think of another example where a player has behaved in such a way and it hasn't cost him financially. And maybe James Harden is the best comparison to that, but it's going to start costing him quite a bit. And I don't think it's going to cost Kyrie financially. Do you?
Bigger lunatic, Brian Boswell from back in the day or Kyrie?
I don't know. Who do you think? Boz?
No way, dude. It's definitely Kyrie.
Oh, okay.
Bigger lunatic, Kyrie or, what's his name? Bam Bam Bigelow? Wasn't he a wrestler?
Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo?
Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo. I don't think he was a
No,
European.
there's two. Male Gigolo is the first one. The sequel was the European Gigolo.
So he went over to Europe and he doesn't even speak a lick of English yet, let alone, but he's going to go over to Europe and be a gigolo?
That's right. It's a crazy premise. Maybe a movie that didn't need a sequel, Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. It rhymes, though. That's a great name, to be honest.
Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo. What's that dude's name in real life? Rob
Schneider, that's right.
Has he ever done anything that's actually worth watching?
He's in all those Adam Sandler movies. He always plays the funny. In
he's
Big Daddy,
he's
he's
Waterboy.
funny. He's in Waterboy. That's right.
You can do it.
You can do it. Yeah, that's
yes.
right.
Okay,
he's
so
a funny guy.
He's okay, but Rob Schneider, Kyrie, they're both a little bit lunatics. Now the Los Angeles Lakers, though, if you brought Kyrie out there, if they were actually able to get this stuff done,
won a championship last time he played with LeBron. Though.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is LeBron going to even be able to keep him in check?
Kyrie actually. Remember when they first left and Kyrie and LeBron kind of beefed a little bit? I remember it was a year later. Kyrie did an interview or something. He was like, "Man, I didn't realize how much I was learning from LeBron James until after he was gone about everything." And so I feel like he has a lot of reverence for LeBron James. Yeah.
Do you think you would have more reverence for LeBron James than hooking back up with him in Los Angeles, or is it because his mentor Kobe Bryant was a Laker and he's always talked about the Laker organization as the one that he would always love an opportunity to play with?
That could be too. But I also think he's still really good friends with Kevin Durant. And I think he also very much enjoys playing with Kevin Durant. And I think Kevin Durant, this is all speculative. I'm not in their heads. But I also think Kevin Durant enjoys playing with Kyrie as well. I really think the public perception.
They didn't even play the whole 3 years they were together.
You're right. But KD was hurt, and when KD was hurt, Kyrie really stepped up in a big way to get them to the playoffs. Truly, he did a whole lot for him. So I do think their relationship is good. But I think you are right. The public perception of Kyrie is probably very different than the way that LeBron James and Kevin Durant view him.
Well, it's a wild one. It is a wild one, and again, we had the NBA draft. I got grades coming up. My man Jay Ham's going to join me at 11:30. We're going to go a little bit deeper up in this bad boy. We got T-Money and Brasky joining us at 12:30. We're going to talk Ole Miss baseball as they're playing Oklahoma for all the marbles out there in Omaha, Nebraska. Ooh, it's going to be a fun show, but you know what I got to do? I got to get in the box. How do you get your voice back, by the way? Does anybody know?
Drink
901-360-8255.
like hot water with like honey or hot water with lemon is always. I don't like the honey in it. I like hot water with lemon. Are you drinking coffee? Have you drank coffee today? Coffee's terrible for your voice if you're drinking coffee.
Are you serious? It's
It's
hot.
aw-
That's
yeah.
all I'm drinking
I know,
is coffee.
it's
the
awful.
biggest cup of coffee
It'll-
I've had in like a long time.
It'll make it way worse. You can't drink coffee with it. I mean, drink coffee if you want coffee. I'm not
No,
telling
but
you.
really, like,
Really.
I figured because of like the caffeine or something, they
No,
would like
yeah.
open something.
You know, maybe caffeine might help, but no, caffeine's terrible for a sore throat. That's why you're not supposed to drink sodas or anything or coffee or anything. Yeah, no, it's not. Tea. You know, John, they have throat coat tea. This is good information for everybody. I love throat coat tea. If you get a little bit of a sore throat or like you blow your voice out like yelling and screaming and stuff, throat coat tea. You can get it anywhere. It's delicious.
By the way, I will say probably best dad in the whole wide world, me. Never lost my voice once yelling at my children.
But you lost
'Cause
it
I
yelling
don't
at the
yell.
NBA draft.
Yeah, well, yelling at the baseball game in the NBA
And the
draft,
NBA draft.
and it was just a long stretch. It just wore my throat out.
John,
Gross.
well, my questions were about who the Grizzlies drafted, but it sounds like we're going to get to grades in a minute. Let's start here then. What do you think about Jalen Duren and the new look Detroit Pistons? And you can talk about Jaden Ivey too if you'd like.
Jaden Ivey, I thought was a great pick for him. I think it's going to be interesting. I think Cade Cunningham, the fact that he's more of a facilitator, is going to allow Jaden Ivey to even be more of a playmaker in the NBA. You're going to have a big dude in Jalen Duren down there who's got that body. 20 years ago, this guy goes top 5 in the NBA. Yes, the game has changed. You want him to be able to stretch. But I love the fact that Ivory and Cunningham and Jalen Duren, and they're doing something. And I have a weird feeling. Who was the sneakiest, worst team in the NBA? You used to tell me.
No, they're the best. They were the best bad team in the NBA.
Best
were the
bad
Pistons.
team.
And
Best bad
I'm excited about these. They played a good brand of basketball last year, hard on defense, and they add these two guys, man. I'm excited to watch Pistons basketball. It's legitimately.
You know, the other thing about this one is they're all young and going to be growing together. And if you look at just what they've done here in Memphis with the Grizzlies organization, Keen Kleiman going out there and getting Trey J and Ja and Desmond Bain and Zaire and all these guys who are kind of coming together and growing. Taylor Jenkins, a young coach who's grown with this team. I think the Pistons are kind of looking at almost the Grizzlies model and saying that's what we're going to do. But Dwayne Casey, he's actually got some ballers now to deal with, don't he?
You got some ballers for sure, and a little bit of a bench as well. Not super deep, but a bench nonetheless.
Did you say super deep?
Yeah, I did.
You've never heard that.
No, I haven't. John, I'm trying to think of what other picks you might like. John, what did you think of Paolo Banchero going number 1 after Adrian Wojnarowski was probably very unhappy? First of all, Woj and Shams were not on the same page last night.
Yeah, they weren't.
With their reporting. What did you think of the fact that the GMs in the front office made both of those guys look a little bit silly a little bit last night?
Well, they did make them look a little bit silly. But in one thing, I don't know if you noticed this. Did you see how effective Woj bombs were on the line last night when it came to gambling? You know, yesterday at one point you had Paolo plus 1,600.
To go first
went
overall.
all the way to minus 200. Then it went back up to plus 340. It was like a damn roller coaster, dude. Like anytime a bomb would drop, they're like changing everything. So I just have to say, I think they actually, the only thing that, like, what drives me crazy out of the top 3 picks, how in the heck did Chet Holmgren go before Jabari Smith? Like, my man is a 3-stroke specialist, 6'10". You saw him in Auburn. You know, I'm not going to sit there and say he's going to be Kevin Durant because, trust me, watch Kevin Durant when he was at Texas, super, super skinny. But, man, that long wingspan, the way he handled the basketball, he could stroke. I think that Jabari Smith is going to get better on defense at the next level. He's always going to have that 3-point stroke. He does have decent handles. I think he's going to be, in 5 to 7 years, he'll be the best player. I've been saying it all year. But I think Paolo Banchero is by far the one who is just, you put him on the court tomorrow, he's the most NBA ready. Chet Holmgren, you just remember this. Well, Greg Oden was old and had a bad knee. Who are some of the worst picks in the NBA history? Like, I don't want to
Darko Milicic.
Oh, come on. Don't be mean to Darko. The reason we bust on Darko is because the Pistons are stupid.
No. He had no work ethic.
They took him in between two studs.
Well, he was a stud too. If you watch his film before he was drafted, he just had no work ethic when he got to the NBA. He wouldn't even show up to practice some days.
Sounds like Kyrie.
Well, no, Kyrie won an NBA championship with a shot he hit. I mean, he scored 50 points in a game last year. It's a little bit different. The Oklahoma City certainly has a type, though. I mean, you look at Giddey, who is not nearly as tall as Chet, but Poku, and now you have Chet Holmgren. It's very clear to see that Oklahoma City has a type.
So I don't know if you know this. I might be wrong when I say this. Was it LeBron James, Darko, then Melo?
That's correct.
Dude, you go in between Melo and LeBron, and you're Darko. Yeah, that's bad.
That's right.
I think Chet Holmgren will be just like that. In fact,
so you think Chet Holmgren is not going to show up to practice, be out at clubs all night doing drugs, and be out of the NBA within 3, 4, 5 years?
I think Chet.
That's an interesting prediction, John. That's
Again,
I wouldn't wish that upon anybody.
I don't want to dude, I'm not wishing this.
Well,
I'm just saying, he played with Drew Timme at Gonzaga. They couldn't even win it all. They had Drew Timme. They had Chet Holmgren. Oh, they got the great coach who loves to get a little DUI and then try to tell the cop, do you know who I am? I'm Mark Few. Call my lawyer. Man, let me just tell you something. You know what Chet is?
What?
He's a waste for a 7-footer.
Well, John, I guess we'll see.
They said he was a rim protector last night. Do you know what happened? You could go up to Chet Holmgren. You could run at him, and you could dunk on his face, and he would fall down and have 2 broken ankles. His elbow would be protruding out his bone. He is 7 feet tall.
You know, John, I'm not going to...
And he's 30 pounds lighter than me, and I'm 10 or 11.
I'm not going to disagree with you. But, you know, you don't really talk this way about Jaren Jackson Jr. nor Rudy Gobert when you talk about their...
I can't stand Rudy Gobert. He's the most overrated, can't guard anybody. You put him, you do a little switch, and you're just stroking Rudy all the only thing Rudy can do is protect the rim. Rudy, by the way, how was he ever Defensive Player of the Year? Are you kidding me? This guy can't roll to the basket. Mike Conley can't even throw this poor guy a layup because he's pathetic. Now, Trey J, I don't know if you know this, Jay, he can block shots. Trey J, Defensive Player of the Year next year?
I don't think so, John.
We got to take a break. We got Jay Ham coming up on the other side. We're going to talk the Grizzlies draft, Memphis Tigers, all things local on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Hey, Mid-South, looking for the perfect ride that's perfect for you? We got it at Gossett Kia on the Pike. And if you don't see exactly what you want, no problem, we can order it for you. Right now at Gossett Kia, get a 2022 Kia Forte LXS, $210 a month. 2022 Kia Soul LX, $219 a month. Both 36-month leases and $27.99 due at signing. And road trip ready SUV 2022 Kia Sorento LX, $315 a month, 36-month lease and $34.99 due at signing. And all Gossett Kias come equipped with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
36-month leases, $650 acquisition fee, $30,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage, 0 security deposit. Forte, Indy 989, 848, MSRP 20,770. Sold in 78, 68, 67, MSRP 20,880. Sorrento, NG 128, 223, MSRP 31,980. Must finance through Kia plus tax title license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 7/5/22. Dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house, and we're about to talk with Jay Ham. He's an analyst. He's a historian. He's for the Sports Culture and Entertainment Network. That's SCEN. You can get it on the YouTube. He's going to join me every single Friday right here at 11:30 as we're going to cut it up, and he does a little bit of everything. My man does everything from basketball and 94 Feet of Life. He does the views from the 22 about football, and he knows about soccer for some reason. I didn't even know people still paid attention to soccer. Ever since Zinedine Zidane headbutted that person in the World Cup, I didn't even know he watched soccer.
Forgot about Pulisic, Johnny's Superman.
And also what's his name? Cristiano?
Christian Pulisic.
No, who's the one with he has it's the big package.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, dude. Remember, like, they made him a statue? And it was, like, very suggestive.
Really?
You don't remember that?
I don't. I remember his bust that was terrible. It didn't look like him at all.
Or that the eyes were messed up.
Right.
I wouldn't mind if my eyes were messed up if they, like, made me look like this because nobody was looking at his eyes on that bronze statue. But we're going to talk all things sports. We had the NBA draft last night. Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey teaming up for Detroit. Grizzlies make a few moves. King Kleiman always seems to go out there and get his guy. We're going to find out what he thinks about it. And by the way, Mike Miller, though, having Paolo Banchero. I didn't even know that he started this sports agency lift. I mean, he goes from the high school coach at Houston to now the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. My man, Mike Miller, whatever he touched turns to gold. But it's time to bring in Jay. Hey, Jay, how you doing on this Friday?
Hey, man, first things first. I don't know nothing about soccer. I'm just down with my guys. It's Stoppage Time FC. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Zach. That's where I get my soccer education from. It's from my brothers over at Stoppage Time FC. See, we're part of a big conglomerate in terms of just sports talk and entertainment, and it's all done for the culture. Second of all, you just taught me something. I didn't even know about Mike Miller being the agent for Paolo Banchero until about actually when you started the show off with. I didn't know that one, so shout out to you for, because I come to get educated as well. So we here. We in there.
Hey, man, thank you, Jay. And by the way, I will tell you, normally I actually have a much better voice than this, or they wouldn't let me on the radio. But again, I lost that bad boy yesterday, yelling at the screen and yelling at all the baseball games and yelling. So you might want to tone it down out there. If you start to scream at too many things, you might want to have a cocktail, eat a Xanax, and just chill out because you can lose your voice. Now, the Grizzlies last night, impressive, actually, I believe. King Kleiman is somebody that I like. I mean, how do you not believe in him? He goes out there. He moved up. He targeted Brandon Clark. He brought in Desmond Bain. He's been targeting these people, and they've been hitting. He hasn't been missing on anything. A lot of people were talking about Melton. I thought that was a very good move. I mean, how many, young guys can you have on the bench that really aren't coming in there? Did he have his best season last year? Absolutely. But I love the fact that you bring in, a Kennedy Chandler, late second round, somebody that can learn and grow. I don't think he's going to be part of the 10-man rotation or anything like that next year, but I will say I think that I can see what he might be. But when you go look out at what they actually got, and it seems like they wanted to go wing heavy, maybe we don't see any more of slow-mo. I'm just wondering how last night's draft, how did you feel from a Grizzlies standpoint? And if you were a fan today, do you feel like the team that had the second best record in the NBA last year, did they get better?
I think they got better from a cultural standpoint, which is very key in terms of the progression to getting better, to getting to their June series where they hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy and they bring all the champagne and the champagne goggles and things of that nature, and you have a parade after that. And I think they got better in terms of taking this step. In this regard, you bring in 4 basketball players pretty much through the draft they're just going to contribute to the culture, the winning culture of this organization and what they have going on. King Kleiman, as you refer to him as, and I think I'm going to have to borrow that because this dude really has not missed in the draft since he's taken over that role. And not only what he's doing for the Grizzlies in general, but also what he's lining up with the hustle. I saw that they got Kenny Lofton Jr. with the hustle. He's a big-time cat. He was playing down at Louisiana Tech. So they continue to get those guys ready in the G League so they can come up to the Big Boy League, and they're ready to play. And so it's easy to go next man up when you got all your guys ready to play and their culture's winning and everybody's getting developed and it's all cultural. So I think they took a step at that last night in a good way.
Now, bigger news actually for the offseason, ever since the Grizzlies finally fell to the Golden State Warriors. Rough loss, Game 4, Dillon Brooks, double L in his name. I feel like giving him that L. I know we didn't have Ja. They weren't at 100%, and, of course, the Warriors did win it all. But if you look at what happened with the draft, what's the bigger story in the offseason? Taylor Jenkins re-upping or just the fact that they went out there and got a few pieces that you think you can mix in?
Even above that, I think the biggest story is that we're going to lock down our All-NBA point guard with the max extension. Take care of that. Got that done. Also, I'm going to roll with Taylor because Taylor's been a part of the progression each step of the way with Zach Kleiman, with Ja Morant. It's all collective and all right there together. They're the common denominators in all of it. So just keeping that continuity, which I was speaking to you about that earlier, the continuity that they're able to continue to build with, that's what's got me excited about it. Even when they first put this thing together, just with Zach Kleiman, drafting Ja, hiring Taylor, going back to 2019, it was like, okay, this is a complete reset button hit on the Memphis Grizzlies because now we get to see this thing be built organically from the root and just let it fly. And we're ahead of schedule, but the way I look at it now, we can't even look at the ahead of schedule part no more. We're in contender land. So now we got to, just as a squad, we have to be able to be accountable and continue to progress.
Yeah, and then, of course, again, I haven't even mentioned Zaire Williams last year. I don't know how you felt about this when they picked him. I was like, nah, man, this guy needs to eat a wheat thin. He's going to be too skinny. He's going to be too small.
I loved it.
Did you love it?
I loved it.
I'm glad you could see it.
Because I had a chance to watch him quite a bit when he was at Sierra Canyon, still in high school. had a chance to check him out, and it was just like that raw talent I was able to see. I'm like, yo, if we can get him here and get him to play hard every night, and you hate to use a player's injury as a fortune, but Dylan being out for the time that he was out allowed this young kid in this thriving, growing, winning culture to flourish. He grew up a lot. And I saw it at the end of the season where Desmond Bain was like, yo, I'm coming to get you every day. We're working out every day this summer. So Desmond's even trying to get him to that next step. It's just these guys are pushing each other that way. You know what I'm saying? And so when I look at the guys that they brought in last night, what's my guy from Colorado State, Roddy?
Mm-hmm.
When I look at him, I didn't do nothing but chuckle because I remember seeing him in the Mountain West Conference tournament, and I saw him, in the first round of the NCAA tournament when they played Michigan. And it flashed back, and I'm like, okay, we got this kind of dude. He's 6'6", 250s, 260s. We got somebody to throw it and antagonize Draymond Green just from a professional wrestling heel standpoint, and I love it because he can also play. He can just flat out hoop. So it's once again just good cultural moves by King Kleiman.
Yeah, it feels like Kleiman, he's just got his business going. And again, loved all the days back in the day when it was grit and grind. Loved, Mark. I loved TA. But this team, it feels like they're actually got the opportunity to win a championship. But the things that scare me is, of course, when you look in the league, as much as things change, they always stay the same. It seems like the best of the best always go out there and somehow get the best talent. One of the weird things, though, that I wanted to bring up, too, is this whole Kyrie situation. If you're the Brooklyn Nets and he comes up to you and gives you a wish list of teams that he can go to if you don't extend him, he has the option of opting in. But if he tells you he wants to go to the Lakers, Clippers, Knicks, Heat, Dallas Mavericks, Philadelphia 76ers, if you're Sean Marks, are you looking at him cross-eyed like he's lost his mind?
No, I'm looking at him to probably acquiesce on what he wants to get done so we can improve our basketball culture with the Brooklyn Nets. Because that's really kind of what's the issue. And he's a large part of it. You've been rough on my man. I was listening. You was rough on my man, Kyrie. And somewhere with the, some was all, it was valid. We don't have to rap about that one off there. But in the same token, I'm not one that's going to say that he brought it on himself, even though some of it is. It's a trade-off with this dude because he is one of these supremely talented cats. And it's like he's that talented to where even when he's out, he's still working. He's still in the lab. He's still getting his shots up. He's still working on his game. He really does treat this game as an art, just in that fashion. Now, has he kind of given himself, kind of taken some liberties? Yeah, like many NBA superstars do, but it's not conducive to a winning culture. It's good for him, but it's not good for the squad. It's just, let's just keep it real on that.
And the thing about it is, I think the frustrating thing about basketball fans who just love watching the game, want to see the best of the best play each other, there is no doubt that he's one of the best basketball players on planet Earth. He's got the greatest handles. He can stroke. He can hit the three. You saw the game winner when he was playing with the Cavs. It's just, it seems like since then, it's been more about it just seems like it's been more about nonsense than it has about him being on the court. But that's the thing about it is with Kyrie, he don't even have to practice, it seems like, there, and he can go out there and drop 30 all over people's face. And as a basketball fan, I really wish he could lock in, and I would love to see that Brooklyn team with Kevin Durant. I would like to see what happens with Ben Simmons. I would like to see if they can actually put it together, and especially, the fact that they're also over there in the East. I don't want him going out west. The Grizzlies are out west. I want him to stay over in Brooklyn is basically what I'm trying to get at.
I see you there. Because I think the cool part about with Kyrie, kind of on like a don't worry about it end of it, all of the teams that are pretty much on like his wish list, they ain't got no cap space. It's like, where they go? How you gonna put it together to get him? They have to give pretty much move heaven and earth and the farm and everything else to get him over. I think the Knicks had probably the most available, to be able to roll with him, and that would really make sense because they're gonna sell tickets in the Garden anyway. But you heighten the value of that ticket if you put a Kyrie Irving on, and he's still at home. He ain't got to move. He ain't got to relocate. He's just going from Brooklyn to Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's interesting that the guys that you just mentioned, Kyrie, KD, Ben Simmons. Me personally, I'm a mental health advocate. So I kind of look at it from the other side on an empathetic view, just in terms of what could they possibly be thinking, what could they possibly be seeing, just to try to gauge and understand what it is with them. And where it can look like nonsense, but it's like it can also have its trail. And I think with Kyrie, it had its trail after the whole thing in Cleveland broke down. Because I looked at the Cleveland situation, like initially that thing was kind of supposed to be built around him. Then LeBron, of course, comes in and that's just going to overtake everything. They got a championship out of it. But after that, it's like he had an anxiety attack of some sort. You know what I'm saying? And he started tripping. Now he's in Boston. Okay, he got injured in Boston. He really mentally checked out of that Milwaukee series that led him to going over to Brooklyn. Then Kobe passed. He took that heavy. Just things of that nature. Him being a high-profile player as he is, that stuff is also out there visible to know that this could have been a trigger for him. And when you look at it with KD, where Kyrie don't care what we think, KD cared too much about what we think. And
that's true.
You two can't pair together. Now y'all gonna go to Brooklyn. Y'all gonna take that act. He don't care enough. He cared too much, and y'all gonna take that to the largest market, who can be the most critical in terms of criticism and things of that nature. It's rough, and it's not surprising because all the stuff that they both had injuries. Kyrie didn't want to get vaccinated, all that other fun stuff. It kind of really bared their culture, and it really kind of napalmed Steve Nash in a way because it kind of left him with his hands tied, and he can only do so much.
Yeah, holding those practices, too, after he already did a practice, I'm sure that was a lot of disrespect. But then to get back to the draft again, I had to get off on this because I just love talking about Kyrie, the whole situation that's going on. It's absolutely wild. But if you look at, let's say, the top 5 teams last night, like I understand exactly why Orlando took Paolo Banchero. Oklahoma City Thunder, I am not a Chet Holmgren guy. I'm sorry. You're a $190. You're 7 feet tall. People keep saying he's a rim protector with all these great handles. I watched a lot of Gonzaga last year. He had Drew Timme helping him out, Mark Few coaching him up, and it just wasn't there. But I look over at the Houston Rockets, and you're going to put Jabari Smith with Jalen Green. Like, you watch out in a couple years, the Rockets might be back.
You know what's wild about the Rockets is that the Houston Cougars are actually older than the Houston Rockets.
I did not know that.
It's like Kevin Sampson's got a boy. It's like, the Rockets probably would do better in the American Athletics than they would in the NBA Southwest next year, at least anyway. But they one of those crews where, especially with Steven Silas and everything that they got trying to reestablish down in Houston, it's like you better get them now. If you can beat them right now, you better go ahead and take care of your business and beat them now, because they're gonna provide a whole lot of problems and heartache if they can never get that thing to mesh together and keep that young talented crew and let them grow. They're gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I also think them Pistons, man. I love the fact that they went out there and got Jalen Duren late, traded up. But Jaden Ivey falling to him at 5, and you mix him up with Cade Cunningham. And I feel like Cade Cunningham more of a facilitator, where Ivey's more of an explosive playmaker. You got a rim protector and a big guy. Dwayne Casey actually might have a little up-and-coming basketball team.
On our draft mega cast last night on YouTube, you can catch that one in the archives. We got all of our stuff up in our archives on our YouTube page. My guy Myron, pretty much, he's made this statement over the last year or so. Cade Cunningham is a player that you win a world championship. You build around to win a world championship with. He's that level of a talent. And you give him those kind of pieces to grow up with in Detroit, and they needed this fresh start in Detroit. They've had so many, after Joe Dumars, moved on, and I think he's in Sacramento now. May God bless Sacramento, because there's a whole lot of, we'll talk about that later too. But Detroit, I love what they did, and they continue to try to grow, reestablish their culture as well, and try to get back to something. And it's like where you have an Eastern Conference that still kind of wide open. There's still no real definite dominant. You got Boston, you got Milwaukee, you got Miami, you got those, but then you got some cats who can come up on the underneath end, and they can really make, cause some issues when you get in those first-round series where Detroit can be a 7 or an 8 seed, or they can push a 1 or 2 to a 6 game. You know what I'm saying? And grow from that and come back next year strong.
Man. I'll tell you one thing. NBA is absolutely wild. Sports is always fun. The summer is in full swing. We got all kinds of things going on. Got to ask you to help me tell all the people, where can they find all your work? Where can they follow you on the Facebook? He's going to join me. This is Jay Ham. Every single Friday at 11:30. We're going to cut it up. But tell the people where you can get all that love.
You can find me personally on my Facebook page, Jay Historian Ham. Just all pretty much together. The YouTube page is capital S period, capital C period, capital E period, capital N period. The same. That's pretty much how we refer to it, as the same. Keep your notifications on with us. We'll go on it anytime. We'll come on. It could be The Dish. It could be Stop It's Time FC. You gonna follow up on Stop It's Time FC, John? I'm gonna have to bring my boys over here to handle it. 94 Feet of Life, of course, is used from the 22. We do a lot of film study. We'll go online. We'll put those sessions, our film study sessions, we'll actually post those on the YouTube channel. We'll go live with them. We'll do all kinds of good stuff. We'll give away some trips. I give away cookies sometimes. I bake.
Oh, those cookies are fire.
Stuff. See, I got another man to plug my cookies. I brought some to the studio about a couple months ago. Yeah, I thought I was going to get mugged coming out the parking lot, but let me stop for y'all. I had a police roll up on y'all.
Oh, Jay, you be blessed out there, and you're going to have to bring me on that YouTube channel one time, but we'll do it again next Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk again.
My man, John, enjoy your week, man. I'll get back with you.
Thank you. That's Jay Ham. Make sure you check him out. Now, we got to take a quick time out. We'll be back in 2 shakes of what they call a lamb's tail, but don't forget, if life does hand you lemons, because it is Friday, especially make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with Tito's Handmade Vodka. It's crafted, it's distilled right here in the United States, down in Austin, Texas. It's slightly sweet, black pepper note. It balances everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or you're drinking it neat. Get your Tito's on today. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You have opinions?
Well, you gotta have an opinion.
Of course you do. Everyone does. Hit us up on the AutoZone listener line, 360-8255, 360-8255.
Let's say you need a new car, so you go to a dealer, right? Wrong. You need to go to Mount Moriah Auto Sales. Why? Because why limit yourself to just one kind of car when you can choose from all kinds of cars, SUVs, and trucks? All different years, all different makes, all different models. Really good prices, too. Now, everyone says that about the money, but Mount Moriah Auto Sales proves it. They work hard to get you the deal you want, even financing. Plus, they have a huge full-service department to help you take care of your car. So many choices at Mount Moriah Auto Sales. They're almost unlimited, with new vehicles coming in every day. Now, these are really good cars and trucks and SUVs that you'll want to drive. And yes, low miles too. It's so easy. Just go to Mount Moriah Auto Sales, tell them what you want, but keep your eyes open because you might just find the car of your dreams. Mount Moriah Auto Sales makes it all possible. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner, right on the price, right on Mount Moriah.
Grapevine Liquor and Wine has the largest selection of bourbon in North Mississippi and wines from all over the world. Let Jimmy the Delta Boy help you select the perfect spirit or wine to impress. Whether you're looking for the best price or a certain flavor profile, Grapevine Liquor and Wines has it. If you want good southern treatment and the hottest prices, Grapevine Liquor and Wine, Getwell Road, South Haven.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, where do you get your bourbon? Flim flam, bim bam, Grapevine, by damn.
Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, can back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today at 901-381-1233 or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson.
Hey, Jeff Allen, I'm ready to get my Kia on. What's happening over on Mount Moriah at Gossett Kia South?
Hey, I know the car business is crazy right now, but we got them on the lot ready to ride. I've got a 2022 Kia Forte LXS $210 a month, 2022 Kia Soul LX $223 a month, both 36-month lease and $27.99 due at signing. Plus 2022 Kia Sorento LX $315, 36-month lease and $34.99 due at signing.
And Jeff, your Kias are always equipped with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia, Mount Moriah.
2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com. All 36-month leases, $650 acquisition fee, $30,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage, 0 security deposit, Forte $89.89, $848, MSRP $20,770, sold in $78, $68, $67, MSRP $20,880, Sorento NG $128, $223, MSRP $31,980. Must finance through Kia plus tax Highland license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 7/5/22. Dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. John is a little bit injured right now, so he's moving a little bit slower than usual right now. He has a pitching injury. I don't know if John has mentioned it on the radio. I'll mention it for him. He is a pitcher in his men's league game. He does it all, really like Shohei Ohtani of his men's baseball league.
Pitch, hit, play outfield.
Do it all, man.
But I can't walk.
That's right, he can't walk. So he's moving a little more gingerly, a little slower, and for that reason I had to start the segment for him. But welcome back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Thank you. And again, thank you to Jay Ham. Thank you to Jay Morgan. Thank you to my intern, Connor, who's been taking care of business. Got some great stories coming forward. Did want to ask 901-360-8255. Yes, my voice is gone. That's not the question. The question is, more likely, Jalen Duren going to Detroit, teaming up with Ivy, teaming up with Cade Cunningham, going to be with Dwayne Casey, more likely to be an NBA All-Star, or more likely to see Precious Lester Quinones play one meaningful game for the Warriors in his whole history.
I don't think he's going to play any games for the Warriors.
Me neither. Two-way contract.
Well, and
so glad you didn't come back to the University of Memphis and help us out.
And this time of year, a two-way contract really is just fancy lingo for a summer league contract. A lot of these guys won't even end up playing, and Lester Quinones is probably one of them, John. Connor, though, asked a very thought-provoking question. I wish I would have asked it to you during the leadoff, but I didn't, John. Would you rather have what was the number, 70-something? Would you rather have Russell Westbrook play for 79 games, John, or Kyrie Irving play for 50?
Oh, all day long, all day strong. Give me Kyrie.
I agree. I'm glad. I thought you were going to say Russ. I'm glad you said Kyrie.
Russ is ridiculous. By the way, it's kind of funny you mentioned did you hear what Rob Pelinka and Mr. Ham have come out and said?
No.
If you are going to opt in for that, $45 million that he's owed, which he'd have to be an idiot not to opt in after his worst year in the history of the world. So he's going to do it. They said that he's going to have to not just focus on, being able to hit a shot. I don't know if you know this because he's one of the worst shooting point guards in the history of sports.
Thanks.
Yes, he can get to the rack. Yes, he can run. Yes, he's athletic. But the dude can't shoot, and he plays basketball. But they said he was also one of the worst defensive guards in all of basketball last year. And if you looked at his stats, his PER, is that what they call it?
That's right.
He was about as bad if Connor was playing basketball in the NBA.
The Lakers.
And again, no disrespect to Connor. I couldn't say me because I can't even walk today. Connor's at least 21 years old, so might have a chance.
The Lakers went from a top 5 defensive team to a top 10 defensive team to a bottom 10 defensive team over the course of 1 year.
Sad stuff. But you know what? Sometimes when you're sad, you need to do something. Especially if it's a Friday, you need to do it. Grapevine Liquor and Wines, they're ready for you. Are you going to celebrate the draft last night? Are you going to celebrate Ole Miss playing Oklahoma in the College World Series? If you're ready to celebrate, if you're ready to party hardy, bro, I got the place for you. 5847 Getwell Road, Grapevine Liquor and Wine. They carry one of the largest selection of bourbons, vodkas. They got it all, and my buddy Jimmy the Delta Boy is going to take care of you. He did something for me. You want to fit the Jack Daniels? $69. Little special price for you. Again, head on down to Grapevine Liquor and Wines, 5847 Getwell Road in South Haven. Other side, we have Hardwood because it feels so good. We got T-Money, we got Brasky, and we'll probably talk a little sports too. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
The door, throw away the key. There's someone in my head, but it's not me.
Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Now that the warmer weather has arrived, let Choate's perform their $99 20-point AC tune-up to get your AC ready for the hot summer months ahead. Also, Choate's is offering our half-off 1 pound of Freon coupon on our website for you to use. Does your HVAC system need to be replaced? If so, right now is an excellent time to take advantage of Carrier's 60 months, no-interest financing on select systems. Want to improve your indoor air quality? Choate's is also offering our new ABCO air purifier for $100 off when you get your air ducts cleaned. UV technology sterilizes biological contaminants and neutralizes odors and toxic VOCs. Match that technology with getting your air ducts cleaned, and you'll have the indoor air quality your family needs. Better call 347-8086 today. These specials won't last long. Turn to the experts with Choate's and let our family serve your family.
Grapevine Liquor and Wine has the largest selection of bourbon in North Mississippi and wines from all over the world. Let Jimmy the Delta Boy help you select the perfect spirit or wine to impress. Whether you're looking for the best price or a certain flavor profile, Grapevine Liquor and Wines has it. If you want good southern treatment and the hottest prices, Grapevine Liquor and Wine, Getwell Road, South Haven.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, where do you get your bourbon? Flim flam, bim bam, Grapevine, by damn.
Mayor Jim Strickland and the Memphis Office of Youth Services present the Mid-South Golden Gloves Regional Boxing Tournament, June 24th and 25th at the Pipkin Building, 940 Early Maxwell. For ticket information, call 901-636-6264.
You don't have to visit the coast to enjoy fresh, delicious seafood. Catch the coast right here in Memphis at the Great Hunter Crab, 8325 Highway 64 beside the Wolf Chase Mall. You really want to know how good the food is at Great Hunter Crab? Well, they specialize in the freshest, juiciest seafood in the area, from clams to king crab legs, lobster tails, and more. They use a unique blend of spice to make their signature sauce that's going to just blow your taste buds away. Great Hunter Crab, 8325 Highway 64 beside the Wolf Chase Mall.
5 Ash Roofing, it's what we do. Roofing and siding, gutters too. We're the pros you can trust to get it done right. Call on us. 5 Ash Roofing, the name to know. 5 Ash Roofing, the only way to go. 5 Ash Roofing, it's what we do. 5 Ash Roofing.
Is that not the corniest thing you've ever heard? Can you believe I paid good money for that silly jingle? Well, the experts say make it memorable, and I think I got my money's worth. 5 Ash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. 5 Ash Roofing, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5 Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Oh, yeah. 4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I hope you're having a pretty nice Friday. I hope you have a busy weekend planned. A lot of stuff going on in the Mid-South, especially if you're an Ole Miss Rebel fan, as they're playing Oklahoma in the College World Series. Of course, you can catch all the action right here, starting tomorrow at 5:30, Sunday at 1:30, of course, on Sports 56. And we get the game on Monday, baby, if necessary. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, 5:30.
But no game today, right?
Well,
what, they give him a day off, John?
Professional baseball games there are.
Yeah, but no college. Hey, I don't know why we give him a day off, John. You know, play the game.
You kind of need some pitching arms.
Overrated. Pitch a hitter.
To get a little bit, back into their groove. Remember how Stella got her groove back? She'd had a day of rest.
Stella did get her groove back.
Yes, and the only way she would
God
not.
had a day of rest, too. He made the earth, right? He rested on the 7th day.
Are you sure about this?
I am pretty sure, John, but I like the Stella reference better. I honestly think two of the same, Stella and God.
I'm all for both of them, just so you know. Big supporter of Big Guns Upstairs and Stella getting her groove back. These are things that are very important, but we're about to go to Hardwood. We're going to have a little fun. NBA draft happened last night. 4th basketball player in the last 3 years from the University of Memphis has been drafted in the first 2 rounds. Of course, Jalen Duren's going to Detroit. You also have Lester Quinones, who signed a 2-way deal with the Warriors. And I don't know if you remember this, but number 2 overall, this guy named James Wiseman, he's also with the Warriors. And then you had Precious Achiuwa, I think it was 20th overall when he went down to Miami. Paolo Banchero went number 1 overall last night. A lot of people might not have known this, but Lift Sports Management is run by Mike Miller, and that's Paolo's client. So that's how he got there. I was shocked that Jabari fell all the way to 3. The world is a little bit crazy, and we are about to get knee-deep in some crazy, if you know what I mean by that. We're going to talk a little bit about Hardwood. Do you know my intern, Connor?
I know him.
Dude, I heard that Connor is going to fight Floyd Money Mayweather. Is there any truth to this? Connor, are you a boxer?
Yeah. Connor is a boxer.
Really?
That's what he says, John.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, if you get in there and get beat up by Floyd Mayweather,
Connor
who's
Money
like
Mayweather,
50-some-odd years old and $120, we're going to have a little bit of a disagreement.
1-2 Mayweather, 3-4 McGregor.
That's right, John.
That is true.
I believe it.
I like it. I'm taking him and I'm believing him. But you know what? You know who else I believe in? And I believe in them more than even either one of y'all. I shouldn't say this in case Chaz is listening, but I trust this guy even more than her. No, not with my business. Like, I love Chaz. I trust Chaz. She's a great superstar angel.
But with your business, though.
But she can't save my business 3.9% instantly because she is not your local Mid-South Advanced Merchant Services representative. That would be Blake Jones. He will help your business grow immediately. You don't have to spend any money to grow your business. You'll save instantly 3.9%. How? credit card processing fees. They will take a nice little chunk. And it seems like the world's taking a lot of chunks out lately. You have inflation. You have gas prices. It's also hard to get a good employee. I mean, have you looked at the young people today? I got 2 of them over there sitting over there. They're working for me. I remember the good old days. Like George Lapidus, he had somebody that was very reputable working for him. Do you remember George Lapidus at all, Jay?
Do I remember him?
Yeah.
No, my friend Hunt does because his dad used to listen to Sports 56 every morning. He loves George Lapidus.
See, George had me for 7 years. Like, again, not trying to be disrespectful, but I was an upgrade a little bit over both of y'all.
You're grinder, John. We're not grinders. Yeah, this generation is just lazy, me included.
But that's the point. Business out there is struggling because they have lazy people, high gas, high this. But you know what? You got to take care of your family. You got to make sure your business is successful. And any business owner out there right now, you need to jot this number down at 662-408-9324. That's 662-408-9324. And I know Blake. I know Blake, his wife. I know his family. His daughter, by the way, was a cheerleader at the University of Memphis, and her name is Savannah. Guess who else has a daughter named Savannah? It would be me. I don't know. I like Blake. You're gonna probably like Blake even more than me. If you call him risk-free, absolutely no cost to you, instantly save 3.9%. 662-408-9324. Call my buddy Blake Jones today. Start saving that money tomorrow. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
So, what did you tell me to gargle?
Yeah. Well, you could gargle like salt water, I've heard. I could have said something very inappropriate there, John, but I restrained myself because I am nothing if not a consummate professional. But you could also, John, listen, you could sip some hot water with lemon or hot water. People say put honey in hot water. I like hot water with lemon, personally.
Where's Jamarcus Russell when you need him? Don't you think if I had a little scissor up, sipping on a little scissor up?
Yeah, but the water, I think, would have far less side effects than lean would.
No, lean, though, they got have you ever gotten the lean that's got all the crunchies in it?
I don't think I have, John. I don't think I ever had lean before, to be honest.
Oh, it's just got big old chunks of, like, codeine or something in it. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Jolly Ranchers.
It looks like syrup, and it's just got all these, like, beautiful little chunks in them. And it opens up your chest, and it helps your voice. It's a cough suppressant. And I got a lot of coughing going on. How did I get on this subject?
Yeah, I don't know. You mentioned Jamarcus Russell. John, me and Connor just had a great idea, though. Not really necessarily part of Hardinwood, but we both think we're going to take Pistons future bets. Maybe as soon as this afternoon.
Pistons future
I'm
bets.
all in on Pistons futures.
Is it Jalen Durden? Is it Jaden Ivey? Is it Cade Cunningham? Is it Dwayne Casey? What is it about the Pistons?
Sadiq Bey and Killian Hayes. I mean, you name them. And John, I liked them last year, and I thought they were like, you know, whenever I see teams like that, for instance, if I could tell my own bona fides for a minute, is I saw that in the Cavs 2 years ago when they were still bad, when Garland's a rookie. Obviously, those players might be a little more promising than with some people don't like Colin Sexton, so I don't know what you really think about that. But I think I really see the Pistons playing a lot better this year, and I think whatever Vegas sets the line at for their win total is probably going to be over.
Wow, and what is it about Colin Sexton you don't like?
I love Colin Sexton. I think a lot of other people don't care for Colin Sexton. Maybe it's just because he was hurt last year. Maybe it's because people don't watch the Cats. I really can't figure out what you see when you watch Colin Sexton play. I thought maybe it was because
he went to Alabama.
No, I love Colin Sexton, man. He's a good defender. I love his offensive game. I don't know why people say he doesn't shoot well enough. I have a hard time criticizing that guy's game if I watch him play.
Dude, what is he, like 22, 23 years old?
Yeah, if that old.
I mean, he's just a little pup.
He is a little pup. I think he's barely older than Garland.
You ever watch Scooby-Doo?
Oh, yeah. It was,
do you remember
Scrappy.
the little, like, Scrappy?
Scrappy-Doo.
Bro, who honestly was going to have a better future? You think it was going to be Scooby or Scrappy? Scrappy was so tough. He's just a little pup. Colin Sexton's going to make it, brother. Don't you worry. He's like Scrappy-Doo.
In the first Scooby-Doo movie, though, John, in the one in me and Connor's lifetime, that is, with Freddie Prinze Jr., Scrappy-Doo was the villain, which is a shame. Scrappy-Doo turned evil for one movie. It was just for one movie. Then he was good again, John. It was just one movie. Scrappy was a villain.
So there's an actor called Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, you guess who Sonny is, John?
That is disrespectful to Prince. There should be only one Prince.
No, it's Prinze. Isn't that how you spell Freddie Prinze?
I don't know, dude. I don't even know who Freddie Prinze is.
Really? Well, Freddie Prinze Jr. is his son.
You mean there's two of them out there doing things?
No, Freddie Prinze died when he was very young, and when Freddie Prinze Jr. was very young, and then Freddie Prinze Jr. grew up. Freddie Prinze was also an actor, I believe, and then Freddie Prinze Jr. grew up, and then he was the actor. That's my Freddie Prinze knowledge for the day.
Well, I will tell you one thing. Do you know, again, I hope Chaz isn't listening. Do you know who I think the prettiest woman in the world is other than Chaz?
Who, John?
The sexiest woman voted by Maxim this week. Her name is Paige what?
I don't know.
Spreenak. You really don't know this?
No,
How many
John.
times have I walked over there and just said,
I remember we talked about a guy, Connor just said it, Beckers. Who is Beckers? Paige Beckers?
Paige, yeah. I think she's cute, too.
Oh, she plays for UConn. I knew I recognized that name. I knew I recognized her.
Maybe she's not. Maybe she's not. She plays basketball for UConn.
Oh, John, she's good looking though. She's good looking. Me and Connor both think
she's the best little basketball player.
Yeah, she was the #1 draft pick, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's like good. I know you're talking about a little blonde girl.
Yeah.
Runs around, shoots and stuff. Plays this thing called basketball.
Hasn't gotten drafted yet. I'm sorry. I thought she had. Hasn't been drafted yet. I don't watch college men's basketball. I'm certainly not watching college women's basketball.
Can you see this?
Equal opportunity. Oh, good looking lady, John.
Happy Friday.
Friday.
That's Paige Spreenak. Can you see it, Connor?
We can all see it, John. Even our viewers on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook and Twitter can see it.
Well, I just want you to know, I am very upset with Phil Mickelson.
Why, John?
Phil Mickelson blocked Paige Spreenak.
Was she saying mean things to him?
Nothing that nobody else is saying. She said that Phil Mickelson is fake, okay? Like, it's not like she called him the F word. She said he was fake. She said Phil Mickelson, by the way, I don't know if you know this, who do you think has more followers? Paige Spreenak or Phil Mickelson?
I have no idea, John.
4 million more at Paige Spreenak,
I
brah.
see.
Phil Mickelfat, Big Jam, go over there and play in your Live Golf tournament. But don't be blocking Paige. Now, my question, though, is, if you called somebody fake and just said, listen, Phil Mickelson acts like he really cares about everybody else, acts like he wants the PGA Tour to treat its younger golfers and its caddies, and it doesn't want it. Again, it's a monopoly. It was a monopoly. Liv comes in, pays more money. Jay Monahan cries like a little baby. I know this.
John, I have news from Bryant Dacus, who says she is a golf podcaster. She's a golf analyst.
Oh, I know this.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this. I've studied her career.
Oh, yeah?
More than I've studied anything.
Chet Holmgren?
Chet is a loser.
No, but who have you studied more of?
Paige.
I thought so.
100%. Now, I even had to watch him play in a bunch of basketball games.
But not nearly as many times as you've listened to Paige's golf picks.
Let me just tell you something.
Who did Paige pick this week, John? Is she doing well? Do we know that?
She's doing well, but she's been in a photo shoot again.
Oh, so she.
And by the way,
focus
you want
as
to
much
see how
on
good
golf.
she is at golf? Watch this, dude. Look at that.
It looks like just a picture, John. It doesn't look like much of a video.
It is a video, buddy. Look at this video. Look at her putting. Do you putt that well?
Yes. I don't. Again, isn't that just a picture, John?
Well, she's getting ready to putt.
Oh, I see.
Did you not see how good she was at it?
No, I didn't. I could just see her standing there.
I don't even think you've looked at her in her eyes yet. Here's a video of her playing golf. Last chance.
All right, we'll see this swing here. She lines up to the ball. She's lined up, backswing. Ooh, that's a good swing there, John. It was a little driver off the tee. I like the swing I saw there. Good follow through, standing tall. Good form there.
278 yards off the tee. Paige Spreenak. Anyway, point is, I just wanted to tell you all this. I don't like Phil Mickelson. Did people know that?
You don't like? Well, yesterday you said you did like him a little bit. You liked him more than the PGA Tour guys, but you said you still don't like him.
No, I like the fact that at least. No, I don't like him.
No,
I didn't. No, I liked what he did when he came to Memphis. He did a lot of good things for St. Jude. It's just, again, if you put somebody in prison and you're the one who owed them a bunch of money for insider trading and you rat on them and testify so you don't go to prison, you're a rat. If you are a jerk to everybody on tour, you're just a bad guy. But I'm going to get off Phil Mickelson. You know why? It's time to talk tennis shoes. Whose shoes would you rather have? Nike's right now, because I don't know if you heard about this. Did you know Nike said they're 100% done with Russia?
I didn't know that.
They said they're pulling out. The funny thing is they says they will not deal with any more oppressive regimes. Do you know where most Nikes are actually made from?
I believe that's China, John.
Did not know that they were not oppressive.
But I'm not willing to pay the money that it would cost to pay for Nikes if they got out of China, so I'm just going to turn a blind eye to that one.
Well, Travis Scott, I guess he found out about the Nike news. So did you hear what he did yesterday?
What did he do, John?
I don't know. For some reason, he pulls up on some peeps. And by the way, you know who Travis Scott is? He's married to Kylie. The good-looking one, right?
I don't know if they're married, but they're certainly in a relationship.
They have children.
I think they used to be married. They got divorced. Now they're back together, but I don't think they're married again yet. I could be wrong, though. Purely, off the top of the dome there.
I have to say, man, Robert Kardashian was an attorney.
Bob.
And he was O.J. Simpson's attorney. But doesn't it seem like after he passed, they used more attorneys than anybody in the world? Like, they're always getting divorced.
Well, Kim's a lawyer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she passed the bar, didn't she?
I think no. She might have tried. Google this, John. There ain't no way Kim Kardashian is an attorney. If she is, I'm quitting right now. She's an attorney.
John, you have to stand by that.
And she
Kim Kardashian has passed the bar exam in California, John. You have to quit. You got to
Can
quit, John. You said it.
She pays somebody to take the test for her.
Oh, like a little Derrick Rose situation.
Mm-hmm. Back in the. By the way, let's just be real. Derrick Rose wasn't the first person to do that.
Yeah, but that's the first one that comes to mind.
I mean, I will remind you, I did work for the University of Memphis, but I had this really stupid class, and I was married at the time, and I didn't have time to get up in the morning to do that because I work nights. So I'd have my now ex-wife go take that class.
John, I just got news. I'm a little all over the place with you. I just got news on who Paige Springnack picked this week, and I'm not a golf expert. In fact, I'm in last place in the Dave Woloshin picks, but I do run my numbers every week, and the guys that she picked this week did not have good metrics for this week's tournament. And I am in first place this week. I got two guys that are top 10 right now, so I would pat myself on the back a little bit there.
Do you remember Shaq and Scottie Pippen?
I do, John. Remember both of those guys.
Do you? Shaq is much cooler than no tip and Pippen, correct?
Sure.
I mean, dude, he didn't tip.
Right.
Shaq left a $2,500 tip after he paid $25,000 for dinner. By the way, did you know he was cheating on his girlfriend?
Shaq was?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I mean, he wasn't married to her.
That's right.
You know, he could have said it was a business dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, so Scottie Pippen Jr., do you know who he is?
Yeah. He went to Vanderbilt.
Oh, good job. So you actually do pay attention to a little bit of college basketball because you said you didn't.
Yeah, well, I've seen him play, though.
Okay. Do you know who his Shaquille O'Neal's son is?
Yeah, I do. He went to LSU.
Sharif. And by the way, he was very bad.
Very bad.
I mean, can we be real? Do you know what his numbers are?
Let's hear him.
He posted a whole 2 points a game. Golly, man. Can't believe it. Why do you think the Lakers picked up Shaquille O'Neal and Scottie Pippen Jr.?
Well, Scottie Pippen Jr. because he's excellent.
Oh, then why wasn't he drafted?
Because only 60 guys get drafted. They had one pick, and I mean, how do you? So I mean, there's never been a guy that didn't get drafted that is any good at all.
I mean,
or it's just the odds are he's bad because he didn't get drafted.
You want to go look at that really sorry Miami team that got beat?
Oh, they were sorry, were they?
Because they had two players that went undrafted. And
more
they
than
were
that,
playing.
More than that, actually.
Yes, but at least two of them were playing constantly. So I just have to say, like, how bad does it feel? Like your dad is Scottie Pippen.
All right, if you want to poo-poo on Shaquille O'Neal, that's fine. But Scottie Pippen Jr., John, is excellent.
Who gets more minutes in the NBA? Kennedy Chandler out of Tennessee, who is now with the Memphis Grizzlies, picked in the second round, or Scottie Pippen Jr., who was not even drafted and is playing with the Lakers?
I don't know, John. If I had to guess, it would probably be Kennedy. But, I mean, I don't understand what the comparison there is. That means Scottie Pippen Jr. is bad?
No, I'm just saying. It's not like, I mean, do you think Kennedy Chandler's actually going to be a rotation player next year? Because I sure don't. Did you know that? He is not even 6 feet tall. They talk about him playing downhill and how fast he is. You better re-sign Tyus Jones.
Oh, because Kennedy's going to be terrible, huh?
No, I didn't say
He's just not going to be a rotation player.
He will be a guy.
But I thought all guys that don't play, John, are bad.
I mean, technically, if you're an
Walking
NBA
in circles.
Yeah, that is true. They are bad. I mean, okay, so Brian Scalabrine, yes, he can go to any, like, he could go to Mount Moriah and beat anybody because he did play in the NBA. But when you watched him play in the NBA, where you're like, Brian Scalabrine, man, he's good. So, like, there's a different, there's just a different level to these things, correct?
You know what, John? Maybe.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe so. Maybe Brian Scalabrine's bad, too.
No, I mean, at least he played in the NBA.
Right. We're not even sure Kennedy's going to get any minutes in the NBA, huh?
Hey, I think he's going to do fine. I'm just saying.
He's just too small.
I'm just, so all of a sudden one day you think that Ja's going to be sitting on the sideline, Tyus is going to be sitting on the sideline because, man, Taylor Jenkins is like, Kennedy Chandler's our best point guard.
Is that what I said? Because he might get a few minutes?
I didn't say you said it.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of did. You know what? Putting words in your mouth is part of what I do during the week.
It seems like you're equating Kennedy, Scottie Pippen Jr., and Shareef O'Neal, and I don't think you could have equated three different players.
No, what I'm saying is Memphis is smart. They have King Klyman. They actually at least
he,
got somebody that can
He can't
play.
make any mistakes.
What I'm saying is the Lakers, what is Rob Pelinka over there doing? Russell Westbrook, you're going to have to play better defense. Hey, let's bring in Shaq's kid. Let's bring in Scottie Pippen's kid. Man, come on. Let's just keep Anthony Davis, most overrated basketball player that ever lived on planet Earth. Hey, let's
So
keep
AD's just as bad as they are, too.
You know what? 80's worse.
John, I think it would be a shorter segment if you just listed all the players that were good. There's probably like 15, huh?
No, I don't know if you know this, but I mean, this guy named Steph Curry's pretty good. Kevin Garnett's
Not a top
pretty
20
good.
player,
Ja
though.
Morant's really good. No, he's not a top 15.
Oh.
Of all time.
Uh-huh.
He might be a top, we'll say he's a top 10 shooting guard
But he's
of all
good.
time.
He is good, though.
He is good. You know what else is good?
Who?
Money. I got some games today. You know your favorite pitcher's pitching today against the Mets.
Sandy?
Sandy is pitching today against the Mets. Do you know what the line is? Miami minus 140. Who has the largest WAR in all of baseball?
It would be Sandy Alcantara, John. Guess who second is?
How big is it? Tommy Edmonds?
Tommy Edmonds. Two best players in baseball.
Dude, Sandy's got that thing going like you would not believe. Plus, we also have Severino pitching for the Yankees who just keep winning. But the problem is Justin Verlander's pitching for the Astros. We've got baseball bets on the other side. Ian Anderson for the Braves against Julio Urias. Great thing in Major League Baseball going on, and we are going to be gambling on them. Don't forget, speaking baseball, congratulations, hotty toddy, gosh almighty. Ole Miss didn't play no games. Best pitching performance I've seen since a young Chris Price way back in the day. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, tomorrow, 5:30. On the other side, we're going to talk with T-Money. We're going to talk with Brasky. And I want you to do me a favor, Jay. I want to have my dream interview.
We're tracking their picks now, too, me and Connor.
Paige Prenack.
I'll DM her. We'll work on it.
You get her.
She probably doesn't
in
get any
studio.
DMs from random people, so that's probably perfect.
You get her in studio, and you know what I'm going to do? I will give you a raise, I promise.
I don't think I can get her in studio, John. So.
I'm just telling you, if you want that raise, I got you, but it's got to be with Paige Prenack. Don't you dare touch the dial, but I do want to sell your house. 901-406-1101, any house, any area, as is. It's as simple as that. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. A bang, a bang, a boom. I just sold your house. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. How you like that? What if you had to go on a date with Paige Prenack? What if Jay Morgan actually got that for you? Well, you're going to want to show out. I would say sell your house, get as much money as you can, rent a jet, take her on a really nice dinner. Again, 901-406-1101, any house, any area, as simple as that. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses, because bang, bang, boom, we just sold your house. Brasky, T-Money on the other side, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
It's time to vacation at home with Family Leisure. That's right. Enjoy a vacation in your own backyard with a little help from Family Leisure. Like play gyms and trampolines. They're now 500. Those trampolines, by the way, they've got that mesh on the side, so trampolines are now safe, and you'll be the hit of the neighborhood. They've got hot tubs in stock and ready to go, and you can get up to $1,000 off when you pick them up. All kinds of do-it-yourself pool specials, like savings of up to $1,500 on all in-stock pools when you pick it up and install them yourself. And if you're looking for patio furniture, then stop on in, because they have tons in stock and they're ready for you to pick up. So get ready for that vacation at home with the help from Family Leisure. Family Leisure's Vacation at Home sale. It's happening right now at Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun truly do come together.
Acura of Memphis invites you to experience the all-new, completely redesigned 2022 Acura MDX. It's the most advanced SUV Acura has ever built. Experience the convenience of full connectivity, including built-in Alexa, Wi-Fi hotspot, and wireless charging, from the stunning interior, complete with third-row seating. Stop by our state-of-the-art facility and take advantage of our aggressive APR offers today at Ridgeway and 385. Or shop online from the convenience of home now. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles, ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Hilltop Wine and Spirits, 7034 Highway 64 in Oakland, has the best prices on hundreds of your favorite brands of wine, beer, and spirits. Not sure how things taste? That's why there's a tasting room. Enjoy taste testing wine, spirits, beers, craft beers, even after dinner drinks. You have all kinds of special occasions coming up, and Hilltop Wine and Spirits can help you make those occasions memorable. You got a corporate event, a reception, an anniversary, or just a birthday with friends. Find the best selection and prices at Hilltop Wine and Spirits, 7034 Highway 64 in Oakland.
The Take It On sales event is still going strong at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Go the extra mile with 41 MPG Highway in your 2022 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $259 a month, or buy for $17,885. Get ready for your summer road trip with 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, $359 a month, or buy for $25,285. Plus 2022 Outlander, vacation ready with 7 seats. We Gossett at $369 a month or $29,005, and you'll always get our stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we Gossett and Gossett Motor Cars.
All 72 months at 3.9. Outlander NZO 68336, MSRP 29505. Sport NU 09708, MSRP 26035. G4 NHF 05848, MSRP 18385. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. I'm a horse as all get out, broken like a, just broken.
You're a person, John.
I am you know what? I am a person, but I have a horse. Don't even worry about it. Here's what we got to talk about.
Wilbur.
Here's the most important news of the day. Bigger news out of New Orleans. Alvin Kamara might be suspended 6 games for his little altercation in Vegas First and foremost, that's why you go to a place that has no windows. Because the only time you get in trouble for being at a strip club is if you shoot a gun off. Plaxico Burress shot a gun off. Adam Pac-Man Jones got people shot by throwing money up in the air.
And picking it up.
Outside of that, you go into the strip club, what happens in the strip club stays in the strip club.
Especially in Vegas.
Especially in Vegas. But Alvin Kamara has screwed this up. Might be suspended 6 games. Bigger news. Alvin Kamara suspended 6 games. Or Kenny Stills. Do you remember Kenny Stills?
I do remember Kenny Stills, former Dolphin.
Well, he's put in a bunch of pictures of him butt naked in a Ibiza. And I don't know if you know this. I don't need, is Instagram and Twitter going to take this down? I don't need to accidentally flip through here. I mean, Paige, it's okay.
But when it's Kenny Stills.
But when it's Kenny Stills, so does he get a suspension for dropping a bunch of naked pictures of him?
He might, John. Connor says he should probably.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Don't ever do that to me
I took
again.
a pill in Ibiza, John, to show Avicii I was cool.
You did what?
I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool. That's a song.
Oh, it is a song? Okay, because I was like, what kind of pill did you take?
Yeah, it's just a song.
The red or the blue? Isn't that the Matrix?
The Matrix.
By the way, are we living in the Matrix? More likely
Yes.
we're living in the Matrix or on a flat Earth.
Matrix.
Yeah, ain't no way it's flat, right?
Right.
It's time to bring in T-Money and Brasky. It is a beautiful, beautiful day in the whole wide world. T-Money, how is life treating you today?
Johnny, what's going on, man? It's hot out here. Hot out here for a pimp.
It is. It's hot out here for a pimp. And I think there was a song back in the day that used to say, it's hard out here for a pimp.
That's right.
Yeah, but it should be. It's hot out here. For
Today
a
it
pimp
is.
to have a song. I mean, we are in Memphis.
Yes, we are in Memphis. But your buddy Brasky is in Ole Miss. How excited are you that the Rebels are playing Oklahoma tomorrow for all the marbles? Holy guacamole. Best pitching performance I've seen in years.
Johnny, I think that was the best one ever in College World Series. I think that's the first shutout ever thrown by a pitcher to go 9 innings.
Only 4 hits, too, he gave up in that whole game.
He was amazing.
He faced 32 batters.
And?
We won. Only 32 batters. I mean, I don't know what else to tell y'all. It was great. I think it's one of the best pitching performances I've ever seen. The game went quick, only 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Didn't have to get all smashed up at the library because it was a quick game.
Yeah, it was a quick
and
game.
You like quick games. And in Nebraska, he likes quick games. If you don't catch Uncle Brasky by 6 o'clock, he's spelled out anyway. So,
well, I mean, we started on the lake yesterday at 11:30 with a little pregame cruise around Sardis, and then we just had our bathing suits on, just went up to the library, barely got there in time to catch the opening pitch.
Well,
I mean, anything to get y'all's mind off of Arch Manning not coming down there to Ole Miss. How do you feel about that? I thought you were over here telling us that it was a done deal. Remember that, Johnny?
Yes,
Arch
he did.
Manning, it is a done deal. He will be coming to Oxford. Oops.
Well, let me tell you, too, a lot of stuff can happen between now and then. You know, these guys change their mind all the time.
Well, y'all better get a better NIL package together. Y'all better come up with some more money.
Well, I mean, there's guys that's got some cash money. I mean, it's some of my bettors have cash. You know, I mean, from last week, be giving them picks. They still got enough. They're riding fat. I'm telling you, and I mean, I got a standing ovation when I went to the library yesterday after my Cubs. I mean, my Reds got annihilated by the Dodgers, swept for 3 games, beat down.
Your Rebels got there.
The
The Rebels got there, and I've even got a future bet on Ole Miss. I've got 100 to win 28 if they win the College World Series. So I'll be riding fat on that.
Whoa! You put this in earlier in the year?
I put it in at the beginning sequence of the regional. I mean, the first game that I put it in then when I saw it was 28-1.
Well, the one thing I wanted to ask you real quick while we're talking about your Rebels, and you're a big Rebel fan, their pitching staff has been amazing. The pitching staff was horrible at the beginning of the year. They made it all the way up to where they were ranked number 1. You saw what happened when Tennessee went down there. People were talking about Mike getting fired. And then all of a sudden, I got Brasky telling me they're going to destroy Southern Miss in Hattiesburg, even though they were the last team. I thought you were crazy. So does that mean, are you taking Ole Miss versus Oklahoma, who is kind of right now a substantial favorite over these next 3 days?
I'm taking Ole Miss the whole way. No team has been hotter this year. Why quit riding a horse if it doesn't buck you, Johnny?
You know what? Might be the smartest thing I think you've ever said.
Well, let me, before we get too further in this, let me give y'all a little update on your summer concert series. For you and Money, I had to come back with this because I was worried about y'all's gas money on a couple of those shows, being able to get there with $5.50 a gallon. I mean, but they've got some good stuff coming up at the FedEx Forum. And y'all need to broaden your horizon. Yeah, you've got Yo Gotti's birthday bash is going to be July 15th. And he's going to have special guest appearances. And online I saw, I don't know if they spelled this right. It's called Gucci Man or Gucci Mane.
Yeah, Gucci Mane. It's Mane. It's Gucci Mane.
And it got an E behind it. I thought maybe they misspelled it. I'd never heard of him, but might be there. Now, I've heard of Rick Ross, that Rolling Down Elvis Presley Boulevard. I like that song. That's one I do know of, And then you got 2 Chainz with a Z. I hadn't heard of 2 Chainz. But my son gave up his career at UPS, and he's a DJ. We call him Timmy 2 Chainz, but it's with an S. He left UPS, and he DJs and makes sandwiches now, but that's another story. We won't get into that. So I don't know, but y'all can do that. Or we've also got September 9th, the night before Ole Miss plays Central Arkansas here, which I know you'll be at the game, Johnny, on the 10th. You've got the Backstreet Boys are coming. Y'all probably remember them from high school.
Is that Bye, 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 Baby, Bye, Bye?
No, that's NSYNC.
I don't know. Is that NSYNC? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
maybe
Justin
Chrissy
Timberlake.
knows. He was in a boy band. Wasn't Chrissy in a boy band, Money? He may know.
He was in a boy band. Out of Germantown, I think. Yeah, out of Germantown.
Okay. He may know a couple of their songs, but I don't know, but that'd be a good one. At least that one you'd probably have. Their audience now is probably females. I hate to profile anybody, but it's probably females between 35 and 45, I guess. They've probably been around 20 years, so that'd be a good one to end your summer bang with. And you won't have to drive far.
I love that. I think I'm down.
T-Money,
me and you a date.
I'll meet you at the Yo Gotti.
I don't know if I'll go to Yo Gotti. I'm going to put something together for us to get me to take y'all to George Strait or something. Maybe we're going to get to a country one. We just got to find one accessible.
Which one's George Strait?
He's a country singer.
He's a country singer. He sings country and western. And he's in Las Vegas at the end of November, beginning of December for 2 nights. That'd be good to go to. But he's had like 40 number 1 hits. So
I agree. Yeah, he has.
Country show.
They call him King George.
King George.
That's it. King George.
Yeah,
that's right.
King George.
That's right. You know a little bit more than I thought you did, Money. You've been listening.
Dude, y'all are killing me today. I do have to ask you, though, because I did rock with Ole Miss, and I appreciate that. I've been back in the Yankees. They've been playing really good. The Braves have been on a nice run for me. I need some sneaky good picks. The Indians. I need some sneaky good picks today.
Indians have won 17 out of 21. I like the Indians if you want to jump onto a team.
Well, let's jump all over it because Ramirez is on pace for having 162 RBI this season. Yes, he is. And by the way, we just both did it. We all just called them the Indians. Isn't it the Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't.
Guardians
know.
is not the Indians anymore. That's politically incorrect.
Well,
but what are Red Sox? How can you have white and Red Sox in the same league? Is that politically? Have you ever seen anybody wear Red Sox?
Well, yeah, my daughter does. Yeah, she wears Red Sox at the softball when she's playing softball.
Okay, you caught me there. You did catch me there.
Now, I'm going to tell you, Johnny, who I like. We're going to go against the Reds, against the Giants. The Giants ought to sweep them. And then I like the Cardinals beating the brakes off the Cubs all weekend.
Yeah, Hendricks has been absolutely awful for this Cubs team. Cardinals are playing some pretty damn good baseball. In fact, didn't they sneak back in first the other day past the Brewers?
They did. I like the Cardinals and the Giants both there. And I also take Ole Miss every game. I think we're going to win this thing. And then you come to the library, the Tito's is on me.
Oh, dig that. Heck yes. I would definitely head down to the library. I can't wait to come down there and see you. Other thing I was going to ask you, though, there's a team out there that I really have found myself loving to bet against, and it's simply the Athletics. A lot of unders have been coming in. I know their pitching's not great, but that's the worst hitting pro baseball team I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
The only problem with the teams on the West Coast is the games are so late here, and they're hard to get unless you got the Major League Baseball package. Or, we don't see a lot of them until they're playing on this side of the country. I hadn't watched them much this year, the A's.
Oh, well, just take the under whenever they're playing because they don't score more than one run a game, it seems like, forever.
Well, I'll follow that.
Yeah.
I like a good tip,
Absolutely. And, you need to start – we're going to have to start digging into these futures bets on these college football teams, Johnny. We're going to have to start looking at them. I've been looking at several of them I like. I like Ole Miss at 7.5.
Ooh, all right. Over 7.5.
I think we can hit that. I like that.
What's Alabama? What's Bama running? 11 or 10.5? 10.5. I like that. When was the last time they lost? Didn't win 11.
Well, all you got to do is have two hiccups, and you don't win 11.
Yeah, but it is Nick
how many
Saban.
times do they have two hiccups?
They do have Bryce Young back. I don't know if you remember him. He's pretty good. Probably the Heisman favorite. Yeah. So
I understand that.
I
understand that.
If you're going to mention football, I got to ask you, though, Bratsky, is right now, the young lady that took a picture with Arch Manning and had Arch in her bed and put it out on the Twitter and the Instagram and all that stuff. And she's like, where are you going to bed? Where are you going to bed? We knew where she was going to bed. Where are you going to go to school? And he looked right in her little phone, and he's like, I'm going to Ole Miss for sure. Is she allowed back on campus?
Why not?
That's false advertising, and she was wrong. Obviously, she did something wrong after they closed down that phone. Arch Manning is going to Texas.
Johnny, there's a long time between now and then. These kids change their mind 4 or 5 times. Let's not get beside ourselves.
Let's be real. It's all about the money.
After this year. And there's no telling what they may offer. You don't know what kind of NIL money he may be looking at.
Well, I'm just going to tell you one reason that Arch Manning went there. Y'all remember the pole assassin?
The stripper?
Who?
Y'all, oh my goodness, Brasky, T-Money. I got to tell you a quick little story. I don't have much time, but this is an emergency. Jeff Banks is the special teams coach for the Texas Longhorns. His girlfriend is the #1 stripper in all of Texas, and they call her the pole assassin, and she does her routine with a monkey.
What?
Oh,
that is wild.
It's the truth, man. I promise you, it is the truth. It is the truth. And I just have a feeling you go down on a little going down to the square is probably pretty nice. Imagine going to the the strip club and meeting the coach's wife, and she's 15 feet in the air and has a monkey on her and no clothes. That is straight up. You're like, yeah, I think I'm going to come to Texas.
I think I would too. That's got a little persuasion to it. I agree. Nothing wrong with going to the shake joint. I've never had a bad time there.
Yeah, I never have either. Never have either. Last but not least, we got some futures. We got some baseball. We're taking Ole Miss. T-Money, do you have a play?
I like to get on the Indians. I'm taking the Indians this weekend. I think they get another series win. I think that makes 8 in a row series wins for them. They've won 17 out of the last 21. Jose Ramirez is raking. They got a nice little pitching staff with Trenton McKenzie and Plesac. I like the Indians.
I like the Indians, too. I'm also going to take the Marlins today. Sandy Alcantara, -40 against the Mets. They're at Miami, Florida, at the Lone Depot Park. By the way, what is Lone Depot?
Home Depot.
Well, their park is called Lone Depot, and the only reason I knew that is because I always used to call it Home Depot, and somebody actually corrected me.
I'd have called it that too, Johnny.
Hey,
it's a mortgage company.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't know anything. I definitely don't need that. Hey, gentlemen, do me a favor. Stay out of trouble. Be blessed. And we're going to do it again very soon. And I'm sure I will run into y'all at a bar. And go Rebels, hotty toddy. Beat Boomer Sooner and win that bad boy.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
I love you guys. That's Brasky. That is T-Money. They join me every Friday. And they just might be the nicest guys on planet Earth. We'll be back in just a second, but I do have to remind you of Brian Elder. If you have any damage to your home, did you get your insurance carrier involved? Well, if you do, you're going to need a great contractor, the best one in the world. It is Brian Elder. Call him at 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303 for Brian Elder Roofing and Contracting. 2 shakes to close things out. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Are you thirsty? Looking for the right drink in a unique setting in a great location? Welcome to the Beck & Call Rooftop Whiskey Bar, located high atop the Hyatt Centric Beale Street. Beck & Call is now open 7 days a week with the finest whiskey and the most incredible views of Beale Street, the Memphis skyline, and the Mississippi River. Enjoy this one-of-a-kind rooftop lounge every night of the week, Sunday through Thursday 4 to 10, and Friday and Saturday from 4 until midnight. The Beck & Call Rooftop Whiskey Bar, on top of Beale and on top of the Hyatt Centric Beale Street.
It's been said that the world always looks brighter from behind a smile. So why not let my friend, Dr. Mehdi Sadeghi, and his friendly staff at the Smile Center Memphis help brighten up your world. The Smile Center is a local family dentistry located in Germantown, specializing in cosmetic crown veneers, teeth whitening, and Invisalign clear braces, all with free consultation and second opinions. New patients are welcome, and if you don't have dental insurance, don't frown. They have an in-office plan to fit your specific needs. Same-day emergency service available as well. Give Mehdi a call, 309-1333, or visit their website at smilecentermemphis.com.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were yelling at another car while driving, let me say it again. You need to calm down. Yelling is just making everyone as stressed out as you are and letting them all know that you definitely aren't trying to save with Progressive Snapshot. And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't yelling at another car, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
If you have damage to your home and have your insurance carrier involved, you need a great contractor. You also need a team that has seen claims of all shapes and sizes, residential or commercial. After our inspection, we'll share our findings and give you our professional opinion. Some people say you get what you pay for. However, our opinion is free. Trust the name you can depend on, like the tens of thousands of families Brian and I have served over the past 20 years here in the Mid-South. Brian Elder Roofing. We'll measure your roof from outer space and share our team's experience for your property and claim. Repaired roofs, replacement roofs, big roofs, tiny roofs, insurance roofs, flat roofs, TPO roofs, asphalt roofs, tile roofs, slate roofs, metal roofs. If your roof needs some love, call me. 901-867-0303 for Brian Elder Roofing and Contracting.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
The NBA playoffs is the world's greatest celebration of basketball. Hennessy champions the moves players are making on and off the court because true greatness is making a long-term impact on your community. Make moves that start movements. Hennessy, the spirit of the NBA. Please enjoy Hennessy responsibly.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I hope you're having a really good day. It is a Friday. You're halfway through your day. We got a little grind time with Peter and Anthony coming up. You know we're going to talk a lot about the Grizzlies. They're going to talk probably a little bit about that Detroit team that got Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey, and now you hook them up with Cade Cunningham. Lester Quinones. Dude, two-way contract with the Warriors. I think that Connor has a better chance of making a three-pointer in an NBA game than Lester Quinones has an opportunity to play guitar in the NBA. And if he does shoot a three-pointer and make it, is everybody going to make fun of him? Because, dude, you're not in Memphis anymore. And the other thing that's the most important, the NBA will not let him give himself the shocker, correct? Like, there's got to be a rule against shocking yourself while you're playing in the NBA. Do you know what the shocker is?
What, John?
This is the shocker, and he's constantly giving himself, instead of putting a him in it.
We're on the radio. You can't just say this is the shock. You have to
If they
describe
don't
what
know
you're doing.
if they don't know what the shocker is, then you know what? Google it. Or ask your kids or your girlfriend.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. We got to get out of here. It is our time. We have to come. We have to go. And I do also have to remind you of one thing. You know what's really good on Friday? Catfish.
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. AJ's Catfish Station, 5950 Knight Arnold Road. They don't just have the best catfish in the world. It's bred perfect. Their fish is always just out of control tasty. Call them at 901-795-0300. That's 901-795-0303. They have the best crab cakes. They have the best catfish. They have salmon salad. They have everything that you need. Again, that's AJ's Catfish Station. Where are they located? 5950 Knight Arnold Road. I hope everybody gets out there, has a wonderful weekend. Peter and Anthony are next. For Connor, for Jay, I'm John. Make the world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
Just hang, barbecue, roll a few, and put up the deuce. And if it's beef, put the piece down, throw up the deuce.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roof Services.